Yo, what up, man? Hey, it's been a while, YouTube. It's been a minute. I've been on a little hiatus for sure as it pertains to posting over here. Man, gotta do a better job. Gotta pull up a little bit more often. Looking to change that, but this is step one. Showing up. Showing up is always step one. Hey, life has been very interesting lately for me. Um, I'm in the middle of like a huge shift in my life, man, all across the board. But one thing that I'm holding on to is the fact that God is going to fulfill every promise, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we all get caught up in the day to day. We all get caught up in like, yo, how can we fix this? How can we figure this out? And while it is good to be proactive, like you gotta remember God is exactly who he says he is, man. And God will make a way out of no way, even when things um, look as if there's no way. So for me, all across the board, man, this year has been challenging. 2026 has for sure been challenging for me in many ways across the board. But I've just kind of been, you know, allowing myself to feel it more than I ever have. Usually I just kind of work through it, and I'm still, working heavy, like studio, working on vision, working on purpose. But more than any other time in my life, I feel like in 2026, I've allowed myself to feel it and acknowledge it and try to understand it and try to cope with it in different ways outside of just working through it, you know. And because of that, I feel like I'm in a really good space right now, despite um, some of the things that kind of been going against me. Had a lot of stuff go on this year. Thus far, it's July 20th. It's July, yeah, it's July. It's technically July 21st. It's after midnight, but so we're more than halfway through the year. Um, but even in the midst of like all of the things that have been kind of going against me and attacking me, I still have so much to be grateful for, man. So I try to practice gratitude every day, no matter what's going on. I try to continue to um, be the light that I believe I'm supposed to be in this world, through my kindness, through my compassion, through my creativity, and through just the love that I show to others on a daily basis. So, that's something that I'm excited about. The fact that even through what has been a very rough year, man. I mean, a extraordinarily rough year for me. We still found a way to be the light to others. That means a lot to me, and I think it's I think it's shown me a lot about myself. Some questions that maybe I even had about myself. Sometimes, and sometimes in this world and in life and in certain situations, people will question your character not because they feel like you lack it, but just because maybe you haven't shown them character or integrity in a certain space, right? Maybe they're willing to go and chill with you at the bar or whatever, uh, movies, bowling alley, whatever. But if their back is against the wall, they don't know how you go react. They don't know if you go ride with them or if you go skate off. Um, and I feel like I had that same kind of thing with myself this year. I learned a lot about myself, man. I realized like how high my character truly is. I realized um, how loyal I am to my purpose. I realized how loyal I am to my vision. Um, even in the midst of like things coming against it like never before, even in the midst of like being attacked like never before from multiple angles all across the board, high, low, midsection, everything. Um, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. And to me, like that's a big part of what legendary actually means. Like being able to fight through that adversity, being able to be resilient and still go after purpose no matter what, no matter what comes against. Um, I really just got on here to say what's up, but it don't take long for me to get into it. But yeah, man, I feel a big shift in my life, man. I find myself being more disciplined than ever. I find myself being more calm than ever, even in, um, you know, some less than ideal situations. Uh, I find myself being able to work through it and pray through it and move through it seamlessly. Whereas in the past, it might have hit me a little bit. It might have put a little chink in my armor. That doesn't happen anymore as much, I would say, and I owe a big part of it to just more intention in my prayer life, um, being selective of who I speak with, seeking wise counsel as opposed to just anybody with an opinion. That's that'll save you a lot of trouble. Just telling your business to anybody with an opinion and just looking for some external validation. You'll get yourself got. You'll get caught up, like that. So, um, my prayer life, being very careful who I speak with, and even watching my own mouth, being careful how I speak to myself, watching my own tongue in terms of like what I speak into my life, even during those tough times, even during those um, dry spells, even during those times and those periods of waiting, like my waiting season, um, even when you post something and they don't get that many views, they don't get that many likes, like it's like, yo, trust this process, trust this process. So, yeah, I'm embracing this shift in my life. I do think that I have so much to learn from this shift in my life. I do think that I have so much to gain. But one thing that I'm very conscious of is it can go either way. And it depends on me and how I handle it. And it depends on uh, the way I approach um, certain situations. If I'm able to endure some of the people who might not understand me um, in these situations or understand my decision making or the way I choose to do things, during this shift and during this process, like a lot of it is going to depend on that. But I depend on God. So that's that, that's that. So yeah, man, this legendary lifestyle isn't easy the way I choose to do it. Um, I truly believe God has me on a certain assignment to do great things in this world, but it takes a tremendous amount of obedience. It takes a tremendous amount of sacrifice. It takes a tremendous amount of discipline and consistency. And that was some areas that I had to improve in. But now I feel really good about where I am as a man, as a son of God, um, as a purpose chaser, and as mission legendary, man. Like this is this is this is what I do, man. This is what I've been able to build. So really, really proud of that. Um, so yeah, man, that's it. I'm gonna end it right here. This is just like a little daily journal, I guess you would say, but I really just was popping on to say what's up. But I'm gonna upload this video. Um, might help somebody. You never know. Hopefully you can hear it. This is from Five Below, so not a huge investment on audio, but we'll get there. But yeah, man. Hey, love and blessings. Stay legendary. Um, talk soon, man. Mission legendary forever.